This is not the internet. This is the Metaverse. Hello pioneers. Today I'm going to take another look at the protocol upgrades, and obviously there's been good reason for this. Now if we take a look at the blockchain explorer, you can see that testnet is currently on protocol 19, right? So that's above our mainnet. Testnet 2, right, is protocol 18, and the mainnet has just been upgraded to protocol 19, right? So that's excellent news, right? So what does all this mean, right? Protocol 19, right? So if we look at Stellar again, they have a thing called Starlight, right? So when they released protocol 19, they introduced payment channels, right, which is a layer 2 protocol, and this gives them a speed increase. Right, so you can see here that it's a layer 2 protocol, right, and moving the bulk of the activity off chain. Okay, so this is a very complicated sort of explanation of it here, of how it achieves this, but essentially it reduces things to 3 transactions. Right, so they open a channel, pass transactions, and then close the channel. Right, so through this they're able to use the Starlight sandbox, right, which is where they benchmark the speed test, and they were able to achieve 1.19 million payments per second, right? So I've shown you this before. We've known about this for quite a while, and yeah, this is really good speed increase that you can achieve. Now Starlight is actually under these, one of the pioneers pointed this out to me, that is actually a depreciated repository now, right? And like I said, this was only a sandbox. It was just to do benchmarking, but the functionality is still there, right? So now that we've got protocol 19 coming over to Pi Network, right? This is functionality we have now too on protocol 19 with the payment channels, right? So something to take in mind. Obviously we're not going to see the speed increase or any layer 2s initially, right? It's just knowledge to know that part of the protocol 19 upgrade, this is what it mainly introduces. Now next protocol upgrade we can receive is protocol 20, right? And this one's very important for Pi Network, right? Because protocol 20 is where we get smart contracts, right? So smart contracts are very important. This is where we all know smart contracts by now. This is where we can implement code that uses triggers. So when certain conditions are met, certain things happen, right? So smart contracts are very important. And yeah, we don't know when we'll get this protocol 20 or any subsequent protocol upgrades, but I'm going to go through what they currently have on Stellar, and you'll have a full knowledge of what to expect. Okay, so let's move on to protocol 21, which is passkeys and smart wallets. With the smart wallets, right, so what's a smart wallet? Okay, we got here, this is straight from the Stellar website. Okay, so this allows users to use passkeys instead of private keys, right? So this is where we're getting rid of all the 24 passcodes and all that, right? So just using biometrics. Right, so I've shown you this before, but it's good to go through it again. Tyler van der Hoven is one of the very senior developers over at Stellar. Right, he's doing a lot of work. And if we look at the things that he's released, right, he's got this thing called sASRR, which is a demo. Right, so here he's doing a register. Right, he uses his thumbprint, right, or fingerprint in this case. As this, you can use Face ID, of course. And by simply just scanning his fingerprint, right, that's it, right? He just creates a wallet, right? So very simple, using biometrics, and no need for all these 24 passphrases anymore. Right? Now another thing he released, right, is Safeguard, right, which is a stateful policy signer, right? So what else you can do with this, right, is under protocol 21. Right, we can create sub-wallets, right? So sub-wallets, you can do these things called policy signers, where you create a sub-wallet and you allocate a certain amount and a period of time, and then it's a payment is made all the time, right? So like I said before, this is, you can use this for rent, car payments, all that type of thing, right? So this is another thing that comes with Protocol 21. Now, looking at Tyler, right, he's been very, very busy, right? And I want to highlight this one here. This is another project that he's doing, right? It looks very, very simple, but I can tell you that this is going to be developed into something very, very cool. Right, so if you go to farmkale.com, right, and you get this page up, right? Now, same thing again, right? I haven't done the screenshots for this, but you can sign up using biometrics, right, and your phone, right? And I'll show you how you do login, right? So log in here, right? You get this QR code up, right? Scan the QR code, right? Press the button at the top here, do your Face ID, and bang, you're in, right? And this is where you can start farming kale, right? So it's essentially mining, but in this case it's farming, right? And the way the farming works is that at every period of time, right, you start to plant, right? So first you do your planting, right? Then it sits there, right? Then after 4 minutes, okay, you start to do the work, right? By the way, you can do this manually, but you have to do the biometrics every time, right? But they've got automatic button at the top there, right? So this is showing the automatic stuff, right? So after 4 minutes, right, it starts doing the working, right? Then it sits there, and then after 5 minutes, right, you start to harvest, right? And so once you get the harvest done, right, and you can see at the top there, my totals changed, okay? And you're getting about it's like between 0.2, 0.4 sort of thing of kale every 5 minutes, right? So yeah, if you just let this run, then it'll just keep on incrementing up, right? And yeah, and then a new session starts, right? So this happens essentially every 5-6 minutes, right, is the period. Now, one thing with this though is that it's attention based, right? So it has to be on an active screen, right? So obviously, I didn't want to have this on my computer being active all the time, and I can't use my computer, right? So and you can't like have it in a browser tab and then use another browser tab, right? It stops working, right? It's attention based. It's got to be highlighted, right? So I've just been putting it on my phone, right? Because I don't use my phone very much, and yeah, I just have it running on my phone, and it just does its thing, right? Now, I haven't shared this with the community before, right? It's on. I put it into the temple, right, which is just a private chat that our senior pioneers have with Truth, and so I've been giving it to them, right? And I gave this back to 18th of December, right? So I've been mining it for quite a while. I got about 3,000 or something kale at the moment, right? But back then I said to him, look, I don't really know what this is, but I think it's going to be something. So if you want to get in now, right? There's no referral codes or anything like that. I got all the links in the descriptions if you want to try this out for yourself, right? But now there's been an update, right? So Tyler's been busy, right? And now he's brought out a trading place, right, for kale, okay? So it's all free stuff. It's not stuff that you can buy or anything like that, right? And that's the website there, right? So like I said, this is going to be very progressing, and I'm really watching this project very, very closely. You log in again with your biometrics. Now, you can't use the same address at this stage, right? So he's obviously got it separated for farming and separated for trading, right? So you have to create a new account, right, and log in. And you can see here, you've got things like broccoli and, and all these things, right? So you've got a few more things that you can trade. So I swapped over 1,500 kale and just bought 500 of each, and he's going to be doing some more. But at this stage, it's just a little bit of fun. But like I said, this really, really looks like something, right? So, and we know how huge Stellar's going to be. So, I'm really watching this closely and participating, obviously. Right. So if you go over to the trades, right, and this is what it looks like, right? So you can just deposit your kale across, right? If I show you here, back on the farming page, right? You can see here you can transfer down the bottom, right? And yeah, and then you can buy whatever. So please yourself if you want to participate or not. Right, like I said, there's no referral codes or anything like that, but this is a really cool project, and I'm about to show you why. Right? So I've shown you before about the UNHCR participation. Okay. Now, also we've had in my last video I showed you about the mem coins and all that, and about food participation. Right. Well, what we've got already is this kale come up, haven't we? Right. So kale, cabbages, all sorts of stuff. Right. So this is food tokens. Right. So don't be surprised if down the track, even 2030 or whatever, that this actually really becomes something, and maybe you will end up buying food this way with these tokens. And also, Stella's also been just released another partnership with the UN, right? So you can see Stella's really closely related with providing aid through the UN and all that, right? So obviously this is why I watch Stella, isn't it? Right? So a lot of this stuff could be future coming over the pie. You don't really know. So just recently, Stella's had their latest vote to upgrade to Protocol 22. Right, so let's take a look at that one. Right, so first thing that Protocol 22 receives is constructors. Okay, so this is setting up the initial state of a contract. Right, so this is very common things. It just saves developers from having to do this very simple tasks all the time. Provides like basically a template, right, so that they can just use that, and everything's still formatted, and it just saves you a lot of time. Okay, so this is a very good thing, very simple thing, and yeah, very good addition. And the next one is something called ZK Snarks, right, which is very unusual. I'm be surprised if you've even heard of this before, right? So these are nearly zero knowledge proofs, right? So with zero knowledge, right, what they're doing is that you can allow a prover to demonstrate to a verifier that they possess certain information or that a statement is true without revealing the underlying information, right? So these kind of things you sort of you ask them questions and they provide an answer, but you have no proof that they've actually had access to the information. But then over time, because they keep on getting the answer correct, it's assumed that they do have access. Okay, so that's how they kind of work. Right? And in this case, what they're doing is anonymous logins. Okay, right? So you can use Gmail addresses, right? So basically, what you're doing is this is perfect onboarding for Web 2 users, right? So they can use their Gmail accounts or X accounts or all that sort of thing, right? Now, where have we seen this before? ZK Cross, another zero knowledge, right? This is fully backed by Stella, and you can see here they're using Gmail, Telegram, and X logins, right? So this provides another way that people can use to to bring the Web 2 guys on board. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty cool too. Now, another sort of one thing I just want to cover that's not related to the protocols, right? But you've seen a lot of things with AI agents, right? Now we know we're going to be getting decentralized AI. Nicholas has stated that on Pi Network, and so one of the ones popular is virtual protocol, right? And when I was looking into that, I came across another one called this Assisterr. Okay, now with Assisterr, what I found on there, one of the agents is actually a Pi Network KYC assistant, right? So that was really cool, right? So that's something that I just wanted to highlight because we didn't really know that was out there. I used it a bit, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's quite good, So yeah, nice AI assistant there. If you want to, you can sign up for this yourself, right? There's another free thing that we can get onto, and you can do these quests, right, where you can earn their token. It's only a virtual token at the moment, but you can start earning it before it's released. It's going to be released pretty soon, as far as I know. I've got a code here you can punch in if you want to sign up with that. And yeah, every 12 hours you just push the button at the top under the quests there, and yeah, you get their token, right? So I've been doing that for a while, and hey, I like free tokens, you know, so that's always good. Links in the description if you wanted to go through that, and yeah, something a little additional for you, right? So that's it for the video. You know, great news that we've seen a protocol upgrade, right? That's a really big deal. We know we're going to have further protocol upgrades. I'm expecting, we had the mod home screen update today, which was very, very expected. And I've already stated that I think next week we really, really could get the open mainnet announcement, right? Because that would give us 1 month out to Pi Day, and I think that would pretty well coincide, right, just nicely. So yeah, hopefully we get that. If not, we just keep on waiting for the end of Q1, and you know, at some stage we'll get open mainnet. But you can see we're getting a lot of little things that are really tying things together. You know, if you look at all the protocol upgrades that will come, obviously smart contracts is next, right? So that'll be a really, really great thing as well. So that's it for the video. If we get the announcement, obviously I'll make another video and cover that and what it all means. And yeah, we're getting really, really close to open mainnet now. So that's it for the video, and I'll catch you later.